Hi everybody, welcome back to Donna's Dreamworks and the second part of our tutorial on our little mini album. This is the cover that we made yesterday, and before I get on to finishing the pages, I wanted to show you one thing. I decided that even though we had already lined the inside of this with the black, that I wanted to add some color. So I'm going to add this piece of the designer paper that has all of the dresses on it. I think it's really cute. And so what I have done is on either side of the spine pieces, I have lined it with some score tape, and that's just to keep this paper from buckling. I'm actually going to attach the paper with glue and not score tape because I need to maneuver it underneath this pocket that we made here. Okay, so with this here, I can keep it from buckling in the middle, and then I'm going to be using glue for the rest. So let's get this down first, and then we'll finish off our pages. And I'll see if using my knife gets these tape backings off any easier. It certainly does. Okay. Now, this is the art glitter glue, as I mentioned yesterday. And we're going to go around the edge. This dries very quickly, but it will give you a little maneuverability where score tape will give you none. When it's down, it's down. Okay. So let's see which way we've got it. Okay. So I'm just going to slide it under here and get it down to where I think it's going to go. And I have really got it so that it's almost to the end. I'm going to try not to get it on that score tape until I'm ready for it to go down. And centering it the best you can. Okay. There we go. Burnish it nicely. I think that is cute. That leaves a little bit of something. I'm going to do a waterfall over here, and it has a black base on it, so I really just wanted to have a little color in here. So now we have to find our seams again and get the book to bend again. So we'll really get them down good along that seam and along this seam. And then see if we can get the seam to come up. There we go. All right, so now you have your book again. And I just think it's a little bit more colorful that way. Okay, on to the pages. Yesterday we got most of the pages, all of the pages in fact, folded, and the front side's done with our little flap. So what I'm going to do now is to show you how we finish off the back of it. And I've got a paper already lined in it. The back of this is the front that we did yesterday with the file folder tab. Okay. Now we're going to turn it over. And you remember the long pieces that were at the end of the paper when we originally cut this from the 8.5 by 11 piece of paper? Well, we're going to make a pocket out of these. Now your your page is 6 inches tall, so we're going to cut this 6 inches. Okay, and then to attach it, we're going to make 2 hinges. And so I'm going to cut 2 slices off of here that are 1 inch each. Okay, and you have plenty of these strips because you had one for each page and you don't really use the whole thing. So, okay. Now I'm going to take, oh, I can still use the cutter to do my, sorry, I lost my camera there for a second. Okay, we've cut the strip for 6 inches and we've cut 2 pieces at 1 inch. I'm going to take my trimmer and score it at 1/2 inch, each of these little strips. Okay. So we'll score and bend them in half. And then I like to just taper the ends of them a bit. And that's starting at the fold and cutting a little bit of an angle. Okay, at the fold and cutting a little bit of an angle. And you can see the angle cut that's there. Okay, we'll do the same with the other one. Okay, now I'm going to attach this with the glue. So how to attach this is you want to put some glue on one piece and you're going to line up the edges. And I'm going to do it on this piece of white paper so you can see. I'm going to line up the edge of the hinge with the edge of the pocket piece. Okay, do the same with the other one. Line up the hinge, the edge of the hinge with the edge of the pocket piece. Okay. All right, so now we have this piece with the 2 little hinges on it. Okay, so now we'll attach the pocket to the page. Okay, we'll glue the back of this and the back of this. Bring in our page. Now here is your flap. Okay, and I'm just turning the page over and the pocket is going to go on this end. Lining up the bottom and the edge and the top. Okay, we give it a good burnishing. Now you can put a decorative edge on this pocket if you like. I kind of like it straight, so I'm going to leave it that way. But you can see you do have a pocket here now. Okay, now you notice this is not closed at the other end. I could put this piece of paper right through. It does not need to be closed because this is where your ring binding is going to be and it will make the closure for the pocket. So I'm going to just let this dry a little bit and we'll do one more. Okay. Get a 6-inch piece. 2 1-inch pieces, and I cut a lot of those earlier. I'm going to use the trimmer and just score these at 1/2 inch. Okay. Fold them, add some glue, and add glue, line up the edge of the hinge. Oops, I didn't trim it. it probably wouldn't hurt anything if you didn't, but it keeps any possibility of something sticking out at the top is why I do it. Okay, stick it down. Give it a good burnishing. We'll do the other one. Some glue. I got some glue underneath. Line up the edge. And glue it down. And give it some good burnishing. Okay. Now we're going to take the glue. I'm just going to get this tip clean. The top and the bottom. Line it up at the bottom. Line it up along the side and stick it down. Get some glue on my finger. Give it a good burnishing. Okay, now the other pieces we need to cut. We need to cut the pieces for the inside of the pocket. Okay? Now, I must tell you, you need to make your binding holes before you cut those pieces. And I'll show you why. Because I've already got a couple of these completed. The binding takes up a little space over here, so the mat can't go all the way to this edge. This mat is 5 3/4 by 3 3/8, and that's what fits in here and doesn't impact the binding area. Okay, so I can still put my rings through here. So the mats were 3 3/8 by 5 3/4. So you'll need to cut 6 of those. So you have one for each page. And then you need to cut your decorated paper. And these are all pretty standard. These are 5 3/4 by 3 3/4. All of your inside pieces are 5 3/4 by 3 3/4. And then your flap pieces, you can make it as wide or as narrow as you want, as far as if you want more black showing, or whatever color cardstock you're using. This, I make them about 2 to 2 1/4 inches, and they will fit both here, here, and here. Because they're about the same. The pocket, let me just double check on the pocket and see what it is. The one I made for the pocket is 2, let's see, 2 inches. Okay, and the one over here in the flap, 2 inches. So you have 2, and then you have 3 3/4 by 5 3/4, and I'll put all of the measurements on the screen. And over here you have 2. This is still the same 5 3/4, but I make mine around 3 inches wide because it's under the pocket and it doesn't really need to go all the way over to the other edge. So you can make this as wide. You just want to make it wide enough to fit, probably about an inch underneath your pocket. So that's how you're going to decorate your pages, and they look cute. And I can show you some of the ones that I have done already. Okay, this is going to be page number 1. Let's see if I can get, and remember now, when you're putting your book together and stacking them where you want them to go, you want to try to make your tab at the top and then the next one the tab at the bottom. So I'm just going to try to see where I'm at here with these pages. Okay, this is going to, okay, let me just see now where I'm at. Okay, this is page 1. One is here, and I've got 2 that I haven't done. That's what's confusing me. Hold on, let me go get the rest of my pages. I've left them off the counter. Hold on, be right back. Hi guys, I'm so sorry. I meant to get this video up yesterday, and when I left to get the rest of the pages that I completed for the book, somebody came to the door and a company showed up for the rest of the evening. So here I am the next day, and we're going to finish this. I swear. I took the liberty of decorating the rest of my pages so we could get on with the program here. And I can just show you now what I have done so far. These first 2 I had already punched because I was measuring to see what size to make the tags for the inside of the pocket. So here we are with this one. And you see, I try to kind of offset each page with matching. And this one. And this one. And the last page. And I put another one with the black purses because I really thought that was so cute. Okay. And I've also cut 6 tags for the inner pockets. And after we've got the book bound, we'll put the tags in the pockets. I cut 1 piece of chipboard that is 3 inches. Let me just double check. This is 5.5, and this is 3 inches. And that is what's going to slide in and out of the pocket in the cover. Okay, so let's get on with this. I'm going to make a waterfall on this side of the book. I have cut 1 piece of cardstock. Let me just double check my measurements here so I can give you the correct ones. Let's see. This is cut at 5 3/4 by 4 1/4. And I have used my We Are Memory Keepers corner chomper, and it's the green one, and I used the deco side just to do the bottom of these pages with a little bit of design. And you can see just a little corner cut here. Okay, so that's the bottom, and I put one of these pieces on the bottom. It just helps me keep the pages straight. So that's what I will do first, is attach this to the book. Then I have 4 pages that I cut at 4 1/4, the same width as this, by 4 3/4. And then I scored them all at 1/2 inch and folded them over, and that is going to make the waterfall pieces. Okay, so let's get those put down. And again, I'm going to attempt to use this art glitter glue. Let me just see if I need to add a little more light. Let me see. I don't know if that makes it better or worse, but we'll try it. Okay, let's get this lit down. like so. All right, I'm going to take my first piece. I'm going to put some glue, and I like to just angle these a little bit, just like I did for the hinges. I'll put some glue. And the first page, I'm going to turn the book upside down so I can see the edge. We're going to line up right at the top of that piece I put down already. And making sure that it goes down straight. And give it a good burnishing. Now I have some glue showing here, but it's going to be fine because there's a paper going over it. It dries clear anyway. Okay, so that's one. We'll take the next one. I thought that was coming out faster than I wanted it to. There you go. I didn't have my top on. That's better. Okay, I forgot to do this. Okay, when you put the second one down, you're going to line it up right with the bottom of the first one, making sure that the sides go down straight. There we are. Next one. Remembering to taper. Glue. Line it up with the bottom of the one you just put on. And glue it down. Fourth one. Taper. There. Glue. And line it up with the bottom of the one you just put down. Okay. And there you go, there's your waterfall. And I do have some papers cut. And I think what I'm going to do is deco the edge of these, even though they don't really come down to the edge of that paper. And these I cut 3 7/8 square, basically. Gives me a little bit of a border. I can probably get 3 together. Deco. There you go. Yeah. And I probably will do something with the back of the pages too. Um, just maybe put a clear piece of cardstock on so that you could use it for journaling about the pictures. It's a little difficult unless you're using a white gel pen or a white pen to do that. Here we go. It's cute waterfall. And these are good 4x4, so you can get a good sized picture on there. Okay, back to the binding. Let's get the book put together. Now, I'm using my Bind It All. I'm going to set this aside. You could use Bind It All or Cinch machine, or actually you could just make punch holes and put rings through it, but the rings could not be too big. Now I measured this earlier, and so that I could get it into the middle of the book. And what I did is I found the middle. These are 6 inches, so 3 inches was the middle. There is an arrow right here, if you can see it right here, that shows the middle of the machine. So I lined up my 3 inches with that arrow. Then I took this wire guide that's over here and I locked it at that position. So the rest of my pages, I just need to slide them in until they reach this wire guide, okay? And they should line up perfectly. So let's do one. Pull this out, give me a little bit more stability. Put it in and punch. Put it in and punch. Put it in and punch. And put it in and punch. Now the cardboard that I've got here, let me get that. Okay, the cardboard is a little bit less. This was 5 and what did I say it was? 5 3/4. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it to the middle, and it won't be obviously quite the same. Okay. And there we go. Oh, we'll need that for the rings. Okay. You know, the Bind It All comes with a little wire cutter. Okay, this wire cutter here. Let's see if I can get this in frame. And I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I will count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then cut. And that should be what I need to bind the book. Okay, now let's get this over here. This is the way it's going to sit. I'm going to do a double check just to make sure I have the pages lined up just the right way. Okay. And we'll bring these through. And then the cardboard is going to go on top. And I think I needed to punch those in the other way. That's all right. I'll just put a piece of black paper. Yeah, okay. Let me just do that. And you just put a piece of black paper on the other side because I've got these. I need to turn this back. Okay, I'll get this over here. You can see what I'm doing here. This is 3 inches And the reason is you want to start out with it on the top so that the rings end up correctly in the back of the book. And so I really needed the holes punched on the other side. It won't show because it's going to be down inside the pocket. Okay. Okay. Line it up in the middle. There we go. Okay, now we'll put this on the rings. Okay. And make sure that my machine, these are 3/4 inch rings, so I'm going to make sure my machine is at 3/4 inches. And here's the little tag that says 3/4 inches. And I'm going to put that in here. Just adjust it enough. That looks good. And we'll stand the book up, holding these down. See they're down. Where can I show you? Put that down like this. And I'm going to bring it in and squeeze. And then I should be able to get this around to the back. There we go. And you have it bound, and it's got a little piece. See this puts the closure of the rings in the back of the book. Okay, so now this should slide into the pocket. There you go. And there's your book inside the pocket. And it opens and it flips very nicely. See, the pages lay nice and flat. I didn't need this piece here. Oh, yes, I did. It didn't seem to, there we go. It didn't twist over quite as nicely. There we go. It's really cute. Now I'm going to just work on putting the cover on. I found this as one of the pieces of paper. I think it's going to work out fine. I think she'll look just perfect on the cover of this book. So I'm going to try that. And when I come back, I will share with you the finished embellishments, any other embellishments I put in here. And let me just show you this. Remember, this is the other cover I made. Well, this will, if I turn it in the right direction, do the same thing. Slip inside of this one. And I've got the rings a little bit too close here. No, it does not want to fit well in here. There you go. I think it's because of the extra padding on the inside. Well, that answers that question. We know which cover we'll use, don't we? We'll just use the one we made. There we go. Easy project, especially if you don't have 16 interruptions. Let me get the rest of the cover done. And if I get a chance, I'll tag it onto the end of this video. And If not, I will put up a short one tomorrow for just a walkthrough. But thanks for stopping by. Have fun making this little book. It's a cute little book. It works out well, and it holds quite a few pictures. Oh, wait a minute. Let's check one thing. We've got these tags. Let's see if they're going to work. Let's pray they're going to work. There you go. Perfect. So we'll put these in. And I may rearrange them and put them in different pockets. So this book does hold actually quite a bit of real estate. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you'll make one yourself. You'll enjoy it. Thanks. And I'm going to I don't know if I'm going to put a closure on it or not. I think it probably will need something because it's a little bit, I might just put a ribbon closure around it. Okay, that's it. And if I can finish the cover, I will tag it on to the end of this video. And if not, I will put another one up, a short one tomorrow with just a walkthrough. Thanks a lot. Thanks for stopping by. And I'll see you again later. Bye-bye.